My name is Mio Santana of Divine Journey, and today we're going to be talking about tightening our energy drains. Now, what does that mean? So we've all heard of energy vampires, and the topic or the concept of an energy vampire kind of leans towards the aspect that these people come to you and they're like vampires. They like clasp onto you and suck all your energy dry and leave you leave you on the side of the road and go on, and they're all of a sudden they're filled with energy and they are happy, and all of a sudden all their woes and their cares go away, and you're left laying on the side of the road with no energy and completely drained. And there is some truth to that, but in the work that I do, I come from the stand of creatorhood. And if we're talking about creatorhood and we're talking as being source of our environment and of what we create, that scenario right there would make us a victim. It would make us somebody that we're just standing here and we're allowing people to come, and then people come and prey on us, and then we're left as victims. But your energy is not something that someone can just take. Your energy is something that you develop within you. It's your source energy. It's your life force energy that you carry within yourself. You generate it within yourself. It's self-generated. It's created within you, around you. It's part of your aura. And this energy is something that you only own, that you maintain, that you have. So the only way that someone can take this energy from you is if you give it away. Sometimes you're giving it away unknowingly. You give it away without even intending to. So I wanted to break down that topic with you today. So let's break it down. So how are you able to not give away your energy? How are you able to tighten up your energy drains? What are energy drains? Let's talk about that. So energy drains are anything that you're spending your energy on that you're not getting an even exchange of energy or value for your time spent. So there are two very important things here: your energy and your time. Those are two currencies, those are two commodities that you have, that everyone has, and that you have individually, that once you give or spend or waste, you can never get them back. Energy is regenerative. And if we're thinking about time as linear, then yes, you can spend time on something and then you never get that time back. But those two things are commodities that you own, that you carry within you, and that you're able to choose who gets that time and that energy and who doesn't. And I'm not talking about being like this sequestered isolist in a box, like hiding yourself from the world and picking and choosing and being all high and mighty and righteous about who you want to spend your time with, and shutting people off and closing people off and becoming this very tight and closed off individual. Not talking about that. What I'm talking about is tightening your energy drains so that you are being deliberate and intentional about how you spend your energy and where your energy and your time is going. And so there are a lot of ways to do this. To be more deliberate with how you spend your energy, the first thing you want to do is start working on your intentions, what your intentions are. Intention is very, very, very powerful. Intention is the fuel that propels anything forward, whether it's an idea, whether it's an action, whether it's a dream, a thought, whether it's you physically. If you want to run from one side of the field to the other side of the field, you set your intention that you're going to run to the other side of the field, and then you go. Like, it might happen in a millisecond. You might not even realizing that you're setting the intention, but you are setting an intention to do that thing or to complete that thing. And so intention in everything in your life is foundational. It's one of the things I teach in my work on a continual basis is what is your intention, and what intentions are you setting, so that foundation is what everything is built off of. So first you have to find out what your intentions are. If your intentions are to grow your business, if your intentions are to become more connected in the community, if your intentions are to be of service, if your intentions are to grow your romantic relationships, if your intentions are to work on your family relationships and build your family dynamic, if your intentions are to create a tighter friendship circle, if your intentions are to just be a better person on this planet, whatever your intentions are, that's where you base where you're going to spend your time and energy. The second thing that you want to look at is, what are your priorities? Priorities are important. They're kind of similar to intentions, but different at the same time. Because you can have an intention to do something, but your priority would be, like, for example, my priority is, my intention is I want to have better relationships, but my priority is my relationships with my family. So prioritizing what you want, your time, your energy, prioritizing where those things are going to go, like where you're going to put those things. So what are your priorities? What are the things that you find most important, that you need in your life, or that you feel are the most important things in your life that you create a priority for? And then we jump into principles. What are your principles? And this is something that a colleague of mine, very dear to me, taught me one year, several years ago. He taught me this idea of creating 5 guiding principles for my year. And so every year I create 5 guiding principles that take me through the entire year. And no matter what I'm doing during that year, I revert back to those 5 principles and I ask myself, are these in line? Is this in line with my 5 guiding principles? Is this something that is going to keep me aligned with this? And guiding principles could be anything from, you want to be more minimalistic, you want to be more environmental, you want to be more sustainable, you want to be more loving, so 5 guiding principles could be loving, sustainable, minimalistic, energetic, or healthy, let's say, and connected to your relationships, connected to the environment, connected to the world. And so with those guiding principles, you use those as your foundation to guide you throughout your year, throughout your life, throughout every decision you make. Now, with that said, once you have all that in place, and this is something that you could just do on your own, you can just open a notebook and just write things down and figure these things out for yourself. Once you have these figured out, then you'll start to be a little more decisive, a little more careful with how you spend your time and who you give your energy to. And you'll notice that there are opportunities that arise that you'll see where you are spending too much of your energy and time and you're not getting anything back in return, any even energy exchange. Because I'm not talking about, I did this for you, so you have to do this, you have to give this back to me or whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you're in a situation and energetically you feel drained. Energetically you feel like it's just not a fit for you. It's just not a match vibrationally for you. You just don't feel like the exchange is even. Like you feel like you're drained after the exchange. Like you've given more than what you've actually received back in value. It's not necessarily monetary or material or anything. It's like an energetic value. It's kind of intangible, but if you know what I'm talking about, like you can sense it when you're in that experience. So once you start noticing those things, and sometimes it's very subtle. Sometimes you've been doing this for so long, you've been so open, and the floodgates have been open on your energy for so long that you don't even know the difference between what one thing is and the other. But once you start noticing these subtle, drainages that you have, you could start tightening those drains. So when you notice that you're having a conversation with someone that tends to call you and pretty much vent all their issues onto you, and then they go off into their life and you feel empty and drained, you might want to maybe not, they're a friend of yours, so you maybe not want to cut them off completely, but you may want to say, you know what, think to yourself, when I'm ready to talk to this person, when I have the energy that I need, when I have the mindset that I need to talk to them, I will schedule a day to talk to them, because I know that they need me to support them because they're going through something. So I'm going to be there to help them to get through it. And so when you arrive at the conversation from that standpoint, all of a sudden your energy is being saved, because you know the type of energy you need to give to them to help them, but you're also sustaining yourself and keeping some of that energy for yourself. You're not just draining it. So it's a different come from. So I hope all of this was very helpful. I talk about more of these things in my workshops, in my work, in my coaching programs. So if you're interested, please private message me and let me know. Also message below if it was of value to you. If you have any questions, also let me know below. And I hope you have an amazing day. Namaste.